Welcome to Raven Sexton's Blackbird Diaries. As always, I'm Raven. In this episode, I want to talk about the importance of community in spirituality, in our spiritual lives, and in our spiritual growth. We are humans. We are communal beasts. We need community to some degree, a certain size. I know that sounds like a huge generalization, and I don't like to generalize, but scientifically speaking, we are communal creatures. Yes, there are those who move off on their own, who tend to stay away from the rest, and there's always a reason for it. But at our heart, we are communal. Science has proven that we thrive with interaction and touch and communication and connection with other human beings. And that is no different in our spiritual lives. In fact, it is extremely important in our spiritual pursuits as we're growing, as we're learning, for everybody who's new to everybody who's been doing it since the dawn of time. Our communities help us understand our sense of self. They help us understand how we fit with the larger group. Our sense of community can build us up, but our communities can also be toxic. So the reason I bring that up is because it is important as you are pursuing your spiritual growth. You need to be wary, be discerning. Pick your spiritual community the way you would pick your friends. Those who have your back, those who are going to be honest with you, who are going to call you out when you're being a fool, but are still going to be there for you and help you figure out how to fix the issue, how to recognize in yourself the things that you don't right now. Most of us have had that one really good friend who has no tolerance for us lying to ourselves. Sometimes they're a little tough on us because they care. They want what's best for us. They want us to recognize the gifts that we have, the potential. They want to see us happy. They want to see us healthy. And they want to see us reach our goals. The same goes for that community, because many of the members are going to end up being your friend, some like family, and most communities are like an extended family. So how do we figure that out? Well, from my own experience, a good, healthy community, a group, it grows organically. It comes together. Sometimes it seems like out of nowhere. It might be one single introduction to another friend and another friend, and someone's door is open and everybody starts to get together, and suddenly you have a clan. I've been lucky that way. Shared ideas, respect for difference of opinions, shared ideas, similar sense of humor. Of course, there's usually one or two that aren't quite up on the joke, but they eventually get there. And there's a beauty in that diversity. There is a brilliance in having different viewpoints and different perspectives, different personalities. It's important. There's usually a common goal, a common philosophy, but those differences help us grow. And in that healthy group, when there is a disagreement, it can be worked through, like adults. And then other times, you can have the sense of humor of a 5-year-old and everybody's laughing at the same joke. And it is a stupid bit of humor, but it's perfect. Because we're human. Because community is about joy. It is about support. Some groups, when folks are in their spiritual pursuit, and they're looking and they're asking questions, fall prey to more toxic type of circles. These are groups that will have you believe that they have all the answers. They've done it all. You need to meet their rules or you're not good enough. That's not a community. Anyone who wishes you to think only their way, that convinces their members to shame someone into believing like them or pressure them into believing the way that they do, that's a snake oil salesman. In some case, and we've seen it historically, it's a cult leader. And they'll play the game, and they will be nice, and they will seem loving, and they are supportive, and they become yes men, and they don't argue until they've completely drawn you in. And then they'll start to point out every little thing that they can find to make you doubt yourself. And they'll use that to make you feel less than. And then suddenly they'll tell you they have the answer. They know how you can become a better person or better than human. These are huge red flags. The same way you would look for a red flag in a relationship. If you have an opinion and you're being gaslit, if you have a concern and it's being dismissed, if you come with a question and you're ignored or fobbed off, leave. This is not a community. This is not a friend. This is not a spiritual teacher or leader. This is someone who's trying to manipulate you. A good spiritual leader is always going to be looking to grow and learn, and they will learn from the people around them. They will be grateful, and they'll show it. They will not consider themselves infallible. They'll admit when they're wrong. They'll admit that they don't know everything. No one is omniscient. No one knows everything. And no one has all the answers. We each have our specialties, our gifts, our niche, the things that we're drawn to, and they're very different from the person next to us. And that's brilliant. Because the person next to you brings a new color into your world. And it may not be your thing, but there's a brilliance to it. And understanding why it appeals to them adds to your humanity. It shows respect for them. And it helps you understand what a spiritual life really is. We are different. We are meant to be different. Each of us is our own little universe, and I think I've said this before. We perceive the world through our experiences, our curiosities, our struggles, and our triumphs. And if someone is sharing something with you that worked for them, it might work for you too. And it might not. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with saying, that's great. I am very happy for you. My path is a little bit different, so I need to find my way. And that is the whole point of spiritual pursuit. It is specific to you. You learn from everyone around you, good and bad. The environment around you. Tough, easy, beautiful, ugly. And a good supportive group will help you to see what you're not seeing in the moment. And they'll remind you that you are more than enough. They will help you focus on the right direction. They will care for you. And they will step back when it's time for you to do it on your own. But they're never far. And even if you lose touch for a long time, you'll pick right back up where you left off. This is community. It is important. Strike it on your own. Be authentic to yourself. Learn who you are and honor every bit of that. It doesn't make anybody else wrong. It doesn't make you wrong when you don't match them. Be authentically you, because nobody else can do it. But cherish your community or communities as you find them. They will be good to you, and you be good to them. I will finish writing up and adding more to the blog. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Enjoy the journey. Understand, yes, it's going to have some roadblocks and some stumbles and some serious pains in the ass. But that's part of the learning, and it's part of the fun. Sending blessings. Enjoy.